And we're back. We're changing some of our permissions so that some of us can carry on conversations and buy items too.
Chad, my only options are listen to join requests and allow reforming party.
If you look to the right of our characters where those gears are, it says rules. You should be able to click those and change them for us.
Yeah, that too.
Gotcha.
Ooh, girl, you should have never gave me gold permissions.
I get resurrecting bear permissions.
Agreed. Okay, now, what did hitting L do?
It went to load the game, but it always takes us here first.
Gotcha. Why do we have
Ready
10
when you
hours of
is.
time played? Is that in-game time?
Yes.
Okay.
Or we were caught in some kind of weird time loop.
Bigsby, you've returned to me.
Bigsby has returned.
I may not make everyone happy, but I'll keep us alive.
Also, Bigsby's a little slow.
That happens to the best of us.
He's putting on his winter weight.
Girl, I've been there.
Alright. So if you want to, it looks like there's a big old building here.
It looks kind of important, and
I'm gonna wait outside.
Agreed.
hello, my name is Akalia. I'm an initiate here at the Temple of Tempest. I help Everard maintain the temple armory and perform rituals.
Rituals, you say? What kind of rituals?
We celebrate the Feast of the Moon in remembrance of the battle dead. We also sing the Song of the Sword at least once a 10-day. Because of the church's close proximity to the site of so many great battles, our congregation also has local celebrations to remember all of the mighty conflicts that have raged across Icewind Dale. The most important daily ceremonies are the Feast of Heroes at high sun and the Song for the Fallen at sunset.
What are the Feast of Heroes and the Song of the Fallen?
They're pretty straightforward. The Feast of Heroes is a meal that we eat at high sun. During it, we remember the final meal which each warrior eats before he or she enters mortal battle. The Song for the Fallen is a dirge that we sing at sunset as a daily memorial for those who have died in battle.
And what local battles do you celebrate?
The Battle of Gerard's Stone. I'll tell you more about it, but Everard prefers that any questions about it be directed to him. He's somewhat of a different perspective on the teachings than most. Ask him about it if you see him. He's right. He's over there.
Thanks for the information. Now, isn't there an opening cutscene that we missed somehow?
Yeah, but it only loads up when you click on Start Game. So it's not available for us to view like in the game.
So we can't view it in multiplayer because nobody's clicking Start Game.
Exactly.
Okay. I'll go back and view it separately. Alright, so we didn't get to see the opening cutscene. Well, we're coming back to it later, and we're going to watch it, and we're going to inject it in through the magic of editing, so here we go.
They say that history is the greatest of all teachers, and that tales of past deeds define who we are in the present, and what we shall be in the future. It is said that such tales shall, with each telling, illuminate us all with the light of truth. I shall tell you of such a tale. It is a tale quite familiar to me, for I have spent nearly a lifetime piecing it together and chronicling it here within this book. For years I have pondered its passages, studying every line, committing each word to memory. Perhaps now, in the telling of it, I shall at last find the answers I seek. Our story takes place in the northern region of Faerun, known as Icewind Dale. It is a harsh, frozen land, cut off from the rest of the world by a wall of jagged peaks called the Spine of the World. For centuries, the icy plains of the Dale have been home to the barbarian peoples of the Oothgharte and Reginald. Huddled together in small, closely knit tribes, the barbarians lived simple lives, free, proud, and fiercely independent. Until the day an archmage named Erakan came to Icewind Dale. With an army of mercenaries, Erakan sought to conquer the north and force the fierce barbarians into slavery. Long weeks of battle followed, and the scattered barbarian tribes suffered terrible losses. Defeat seemed inevitable. In their darkest hour, a barbarian shaman named Jared came forth and demanded a council between all the remaining tribes of the north. A respected warrior, Jared persuaded the council to put aside their differences and unite against Erakan. Strengthened by a new sense of purpose, the barbarians rallied behind their new leader. The combined might of the Northmen proved more than a match for Erakan, who had counted on the division of the tribes. Wave after wave of barbarian warriors tore into Erakan's hired army, forcing them on the defensive and ultimately into full retreat. As his army crumbled around him, Erakan had time for one last desperate act before his enemies descended upon him. Drawing upon his remaining power, the Archmage breached the planar boundaries, tearing open a portal to the lower planes. The foolish Archmage's cries of victory immediately turned to shrieks of terror as the hideous and twisted shapes of demonkind materialized from the portal and poured onto the battlefield. The sudden appearance of the demons drove the combatants, barbarian and mercenary alike, to turn to meet the new threat side by side. The remaining warriors bravely charged the portal to drive the hellspawn back, and were slaughtered by the hundreds. As his people fell around him, the barbarian shaman, Jared, looked up from the blood-drenched snow of the battlefield and caught sight of a lone figure high upon a ridge in the distance. Jared immediately recognized this vision as an omen from his god Tempus, and in that instant, he knew what had to be done. Shouting cries to his god, he charged through the ranks of the demons and plunged into the portal. As Jared's blood fused with the energies of the portal, an explosion of white light engulfed the battlefield. When the light subsided, the demons were gone, and the portal was closed. In its place hovered a disk of solid stone. Frozen within the center of the disk was Jared's body, locked in his final moment of agony, in his final moment of triumph for all eternity. But that is not the end of our tale. It is but the beginning.
Okay, that was a really dope cutscene, so I'm very glad that we decided to go back and check it out. So, anyway, back to it. Alright, so where are we going? Everard.
There's Everard. Chad, you should be Everard.
Hrothgar mentioned there were
never mind.
strangers in town. What is it you want?
Are you the high priest of this
Yes,
temple?
I am Everard. Everard of Tempus, battle priest of the Lord of Battles. What brings you here?
Acalia told me to ask you about Jared's stone. She said it has something to do with one of your holy days.
Jared was a shaman who lived long ago. He brought unity to the northern tribes and led them to victory against the army of Arakan, at the cost of his life.
How did he
Once
die?
Arakan saw his army routed by Jared and the northern tribes, he sought to bring the Hells to his aid. Arakan opened a gate to the lower plains.
He brought demons to the battlefield? The northern tribes would have been destroyed.
I do not believe that. Jared did. It is said that Tempest himself appeared to Jared upon the battlefield, and Jared took that as a sign.
To do what?
Jared believed Tempest was calling him to sacrifice himself for his people to ensure victory. And so he cast his body into the portal, his blood fusing it to stone. It lies entombed beneath the temple to this day.
So you don't sound like you agreed with
Jared
Jared's
had no
choice.
need to sacrifice himself. Tempest's appearance was a test of faith, proof Jared's people had already won the field that day. Jared failed his god and died a coward's death.
Are you sure his death was in vain? Jared did seal the portal.
One dies for Tempest with a blade in one's hand, not by martyring oneself within the embrace of infernal magics. Jared's duty was to stand with his comrades, not cast himself to his death when the field was already theirs.
It sounded like they were getting overrun by demons to me. His sacrifice
Right.
may have prevented others' deaths, Everard.
Sacrifice? Let me say this of
Excuse me.
sacrifice, young one. Then we shall speak of this no more. Sacrifice is a death that has meaning. When it is in vain, it is not sacrifice. It is a waste. That is the lesson of Jared's stone.
So we met with the local priest Tempest Everard, and we heard the tale of Jared's stone. It tells the tale of a barbarian shaman that sacrificed himself to seal a demon's portal that lies buried beneath the temple. Strangely enough, Everard seems to have contempt for Jared and his sacrifice. And this stone is buried under the temple?
A great stone disc that holds Jared's corpse for eternity. And so I watch and guard it in Tempest's name.
Sounds boring.
I
You
see.
are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
You guys want anything to be asked?
Ask him where the next monster is at.
I want to know what
I
the
know that.
glyph-covered door beneath the statue is.
The door leads beneath the temple to the site of Jared's stone. It was sealed with glyphs of Tempest to prevent entry long ago.
And we'll clearly never ever go there.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers. These
So-
eyes have seen battle, yes. And my skin bears the mark of swords and axes. That was long ago. Now my place is here.
So why would you leave the battle behind since you so raw dog for it?
Because there are many ways one may serve one's god. I am of the Order of the Broken Blade. My duty is to watch this place.
Tell me about this Order of the Broken Blade.
Yes, we were warriors. Wounded in battle, our injuries now keep us far from the front lines. Still, we are fit to guard holy sites to our lord.
So this is a holy site?
It is sacred to Tempest, yes. It marks the field where the barbarian Jared gave up his life ages ago. He lies encased in stone beneath this temple.
What happened?
We know,
Jared
Dad.
was a shaman who lived long ago. He brought unity to the northern tribes and led them to victory against the army of Arakan.
Oh god, is this a
At
loop?
the cost of his life.
Yeah, you can just click option 2 and it'll be done. So this is where we can resurrect characters, buy potions, buy new spells, stuff like that.
Who can we buy stuff from?
That guy.
Everard.
I didn't notice he had anything for sale.
Your journey has brought you to this temple
Probably
again.
not much we can
What is
afford.
it you want?
Yeah,
Okay,
it was option 2.
Well,
Usually,
seeing pay, when he
usually
says pay for
clerics
healing,
just
I thought it
sell
was like,
potions. Yeah, he'll just sell like potions and he'll sell like services of spells.
Your journey has brought you to this temple again. What is it you want?
So we probably should get a couple of potions of healing.
I mean, yeah.
So these spells that say like cure light wounds, slow poison, and it comes on like a scroll, are those like one-time use things?
Yeah, they're
Yep.
one-time use scrolls.
So for mages, you have to have like a spell book and write spells into your spell book. Clerics and druids know all of their spells innately. So if we find wizard spells, I need those.
Yeah.
Does anybody need a scroll case?
I'll grab one to give to Chad. Or I'll hang on to it, because we'll probably run across cleric spells that are one-time uses, and I can keep them in there.
My UI is being weird. Like, when I click on something, like my buy button is behind some part of my UI.
Yeah, that is weird.
Sounds like a Windows 7 problem.
I'm trying to
does.
remember. Well, I got it to go away. Okay, what is the... Okay, see the diamond on the bottom left corner? It's the bottom bar all the way to the left. Quick loot. When I click that,
Yeah.
it appears up in the air, and then that covers part of the UI
Yeah.
in the shop. Okay. I
So
gotta figure-
normally to loot things, you have to go up and click on their like pile of
Your
remains
journey
and
has
stuff.
brought you to this
If you
temple
click
again.
that diamond,
What is
all
it you
the
want?
possible items will show up. You can click from a distance.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah.
So is antidote like for...
Poison.
Poison.
And actually, we probably should have a couple of those, because,
I got one.
Poison is pretty devious in this game.
yeah, I may look into grabbing
Your
one or
journey
two of
has
them
brought you
myself.
to this temple again. What is it you
Agreed.
want?
Nah,
Nah,
they're a
me.
little expensive. Screw it.
I see my friends out here.
Hello. We should probably go back to the pub. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to cut up the scroll speed.
What are you scrolling with?
Mouse.
Just hold down the middle mouse button and you can drag it all over the place.
I don't like that. Negative. So I'm talking to him. So Caleb, if you want to do Hildreth Highhammer.
Well met. Why, ye seem to me like a fresh new vein of ore, all untried and untested. I be Hildreth, should ye wish to know.
Dogan has a history of putting his foot in his mouth, so Hildreth? Isn't that the sort of a feminine name for a burly dwarf warrior?
Blah, blah, blah. Do ye not have your head screwed on straight? I am a female friend. Wink, wink.
But you have a beard.
What? Do I nay look like a... Oh, I see what it is now. Dwarven women have beards, friend. Wink, wink.
So you're a dwarven woman. Well, that explains things. Farewell.
Well, wait, come back, honey. Okay, so what are we doing in the pub?
Something I misremembered, so nothing.
You just wanted to go flirt with that dwarf woman.
Can I have a piggyback ride?
On
In
Bigsby.
dialogue.
Done.
So we should probably go talk to Hrothgar.
Now, he was at the pub originally, though, right? Oh, he
Yeah,
said he would be
that
two
was back
doors
to his
west.
house.
Which was 2 doors west, he said.
Mouse scroll speed way up. God, it's still slow.
Me and Bigsy's keeping watch.
Thank you, Chad. Oh,
We're
you must
following
gather
you
your
in case
party
you need
before
healing.
venturing forth.
Alright, hold on. Bigsy's really slow.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Letting us do it now? There we go.
Rush him!
I'm on it.
Well met, friend, and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything.
Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have sentimental value.
Where'd you
You
get
don't
all
strike me
this
as the
stuff?
sentimental type.
Oh, they're all remembrances of my adventuring days. Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than valuables, really. Leftovers from my days of fortune and glory.
Hrothgar, has anyone ever told you sound a lot like Gorion?
Sometimes. Fortune and glory,
I've
eh?
seen my share of fortune as well, rest assured. I've beheld more treasure than most kings, I'd wager. But it wasn't for coins that I fought and bled all those years. It was for something grander, more powerful than mere riches. Adventuring is something that is in your blood, not in your purse.
Well said. I too heed a similar call to adventure.
It goes,
Indeed.
aha!
Well then,
Waha!
this might interest you. I'm putting together an expedition of sorts, one which would surely provide opportunities for both fortune and glory. This is the business I wish to speak to you about.
I don't know, guys. This sounds kind of lame. What do you think?
Not interested.
I want to hear about the
Sorry.
expedition.
Not
Just hear me
interested.
out. Now, I've already managed to rally together a few swords for this expedition, but I fear our numbers may not be great enough for the task at hand. I figure that you might tip the balance in our favor.
What
Since you
kind
have
of
that
expedition?
bear and all.
We've received word from Kaldahar, our neighbors to the south, that evil forces are stirring nearby in the spine of the World Mountains. I am organizing and leading a party from Easthaven south to Kaldahar Valley to investigate. You look to be capable enough. Perhaps you'd like to join us. What say you?
What do you guys think?
I think it sounds like a great cause for justice.
I'm fine with
If
it.
there's
Excellent.
treasure
Glad
to
have
be
you on
had.
board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out for Kaldahar within a few days. With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. But there are matters that require my attention here about town.
What sort of matters? Perhaps we could gain experience and gear.
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you can help. Pomop, the local shopkeeper, has recently expressed concern over the rapidly thinning stock of his store.
Well, we bought everything.
He's been complaining that the
And
regular
stole some
caravan from ChadTheSweet
That's
is
true.
long overdue, and that if they don't arrive soon, he's sure to be out of business. Now, normally I take Pomop's whining with a grain of salt, but with heavy snows on the way, it would be best to make sure that caravan makes it through.
What do you want me to do about it?
I want you to find that caravan. Leave
Fair.
town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between Easthaven and ChadTheSweet. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year.
Prove it.
Once you find it, see the caravan safely to Easthaven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the final plans for our journey. Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Kaldahar Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck. Safe journey.
Farewell.
All right,
Well,
so we're
I
going
approve.
south of town.
We
I
get to
say
help
we-
people and gain some experience.
I say we find the caravan and go to West Haven, not East Haven.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Agreed.
Okay. I think we want to go this way, Oothgharte.
Yeah, you
This
gotta
is the
follow
town,
the
not
road,
just loop
buddy.
around. Well, the road goes this way too.
This way's better.
Do we need to speak with Pomop first?
I didn't get the impression that we needed to.
Also, Caleb, if you press M, you can see everything on the map.
That's helpful.
Quick! We've got to go get Hrothgar! There are monsters in town! They almost ate me! Whoa, slow down, boy. What are you talking about? Monsters! A whole bunch of them. They came down to the shore while I was fishing. I dropped everything and ran when I saw them, but they didn't chase me. I thought they were gonna eat me, but I guess they were just after my fish. Where are these monsters now?
What kind of fish you got?
Just over the bridge, down by the lake. My dad told me not to fish so far out by myself, but I can't help it. That's where I catch the big ones. He's gonna kill me when he finds out I've lost today's catch, all because of those stupid monsters. Don't worry, we'll deal with these thieving monsters and get your fish back.
So Caleb, I suggest, because of your low AC, that you probably not go in first. in every fight. Why did you pause?
Face me if you dare.
It's kind of an instinct whenever I run into enemies.
May the gods have mercy on you.
To
Got
victory.
him.
I think Bigsby's blocking my line of sight.
Here I
He's a
come.
large
The
creature.
hells come
I
with
see
me.
fish.
Oh.
Healing potion and some gold.
Yep. Daggers, short bows,
Done.
and a whole bunch of selling crap.
So Oothgharte, I gave you the fish.
Thank you.
I'm
So
grabbing
what is
all
this
this
stuff on the
random
right that
loot.
says like Absol's dagger and help me understand what I'm looking at whenever I like click on stuff on the ground.
So the stuff on the right is the stuff in your inventory. The stuff on the left is
What's the
their
down
in-
arrow on the right?
that should be
Oh,
you
scrolling
able
through it.
to. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now why do I have a dead fish in my inventory?
I gave you that. It was a quest item for that little kid.
Oh, we need to give that back to the kid?
Yeah, maybe.
Would you want to continue onward or give that to the kid?
I don't think there's anything else down there.
There's the road out of town.
Right.
Thanks, I'd best be getting home now. My dad's probably worrying about me. So we gave him the thing.
XP!
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Alright, so we're going south to the road out of town, right?
Yup.
Okay, on our portraits on the right-hand side, like 8 of 8, 7 of 13, is that hit points?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know where you guys are going. I'm on the road
So why do I have so few hit points?
because you are a thief.
So it's not just constitution-based, it's also class-based?
Correct.
Yeah.
Just like in the tabletop, you know, like fighters are like a D10 to roll for their hit points.
Agreed.
So Oothgharte, you should never be in the front ever.
I'm in the back.
Let's get him. To battle!
It's one of your people. Whoa, he just disappeared.
That was weird. I guess he decided to run.
I see a
We
cave.
We should rest out here before we go in.
Hitting R brought up my record. What's rest?
The
Bottom
eye.
left.
Oh, that's right.
There we go.
And just FYI, we can be randomly attacked while sleeping. Do you want to cast any healing spells, Mitch?
No, I think we're alright. Sorry. Force a habit.
Agreed. There's a lot of blood. Your life is
I'm coming.
So Oothgharte, you are 1 hit point,
Yes.
and now you're all better.
Okay, now how do I do things like try to be sneaky?
this one's mine.
So in this game, sneaky for a rogue is very limited. You have to enter sneak before combat, and then you pretty much cannot re-enter stealth during combat.
Here I come, and the hells come with me.
So I just need to try to like ready my stealth every time we finish combat, like right now?
Yeah, pretty much. But
Hide
you
in the
also
shadows
have
failed.
yeah, and you're gonna have a pretty low chance to hide at this level.
Is it contextual? Like, am I more likely to while standing in the dark right here?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Where are we going?
Dissome ways.
Here I
Your
come,
time draws
and the
near.
hells come with me.
Karl Malek, Market Vector.
And spellcasters are like turbo death in this game, by the way.
Yeah. Good lord.
Yeah, I was
Thank
gonna say
you.
what?
Grant me strength.
I got hit with a spell that, like, I don't know what I actually have, but there's also
Get
a
him,
lot of
Bigsby.
resting.
Yeah, you pretty much rest after every fight in this game, just about.
Ready to rest? Can you guys trigger a rest?
No, we can't.
No.
Just call for it whenever you want it. We got to get closer up.
Rest.
Ooh, I like the different resting screens. Ooh, and I like this music.
Well, we could probably use another rest.
Do you only have one heal spell at first level?
Yeah. Well, hang on a second. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've played this. Alright.
And Caleb, it's usually a good idea to quick save after like every couple of fights.
Remind me what that was?
So-
Q?
You.
Got it.
May the gods have
Well, my inventory is full of garbage, because I've just been picking up everything for us to sell.
So what does...
At least your inventory is not full of dead cats.
That's true. You had a question, Caleb?
But it does... Earlier you said when we loot people, it's not like opening a container, but it's exactly like opening a container. You click on it, and it shows your inventory and their inventory.
Their dead body isn't a container.
Yeah, there's only loot if there's loot to be taken. You can't just click their body.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's not like Fallout.
So what
Fallout.
bonus... So we couldn't put something on their dead body, basically.
Correct. So their
What,
body doesn't work like a container.
What function does stealth serve?
Here I come.
Because I'm
Don't know
The
either.
hells come with me.
I'm successfully going into stealth, and then when we go into combat, I like lose stealth the moment we go into combat.
The only stealth I ever use is like improved invisibility spells. I think stealth in this game is pretty useless.
Oh, God.
Perfect.
Here I come, and the hells come with me.
Mitch, you don't have a healing spell ready, do you?
I do not.
Victory.
Pull back if you need to. We're
I'm
at full
good.
health. Bigsby's got your back.
I said I was good and then I died.
Reginald!
So how do I do my classic lean?
I don't think that's in this yet.
I think you're doing it. So I died.
So how does that
Good
work?
game, guys.
Well, first off, we need to grab all of his stuff so we can...
By clicking on something
know.
and nothing happening, does that mean I don't have enough inventory space?
Yes.
Probably. It'll give you like your inventory is full.
I would suggest just reloading the last quick save.
Yeah, that's probably smarter. I forget how
think it's-
expensive Raised Dead is at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's like 1,000 gold or something stupid.
Yeah.
Done.
And deaths will most likely occur very frequently.
Yeah, this game's tough. I'm surprised at how little we've died so far.
This one's mine. Victory.
Alright, so we'll clear this, and then we should probably quick save before we fight the ogre again.
Agreed.
Here I come, and the hells come with me.
Die, orc.
To the butcher's work, then.
Got him.
Got him. All right, let me change around my spells some. Okay. Yeah, we should save, rest, save.
I may not make everyone happy, but I'll keep us alive.
We have been ambushed.
Dun, 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 dun.
Mine. Ready.
We're coming,
Agreed.
Oothgharte.
Your life is forfeit.
This one's mine. This one's mine.
That's why you always rest or save, rest, save.
And just FYI, Caleb, different classes have different XP requirements at the level.
So you should level up a lot faster than we do.
Hopefully. I will probably level the slowest because I'm dual classed.
Yeah. Hey, there we go. All right, so I changed my spells around now, so we have 3 spells, 3 healing spells. I'm gonna use one real quick.
Your life is forfeit.
Get him, Bigsby.
To the butcher's work, then, and the hells come with mine.
What's
Well,
the name of our town and our D&D
I guess
campaign?
Bigsby's on his own because we can't get through.
Yeah, he's very fat.
How about shooting over his head? What was
That's
the name
true.
of our town?
Greyhaven? Was that it?
Greyhaven. It was
Yeah.
Greyhaven. In Chad's game room, he has a huge, like, how big is that Faerun poster, Chad?
It's pretty big. Bigsby's hit.
I'm
Moving.
healing.
So Caleb, in this game, to interrupt casters, if they're in the middle of casting a spell, if you shoot them with an arrow, typically will interrupt them as well.
Okay.
And that'll be especially bountiful. Alright, let me see what of this garbage I don't need. The daggers are worth like $1. Aren't the axes only worth like $1 too?
Yeah.
How do I drop stuff out of my inventory? Oh, I can put stuff in.
You drag and drop it. Well, you can drag and drop it into the box at the bottom right when you're on your inventory to get rid of that garbage.
Oothgharte, I dropped a letter that was on the ogre into your inventory.
How do I drop stuff out of my inventory again? I want to pick something up out of this chest.
So you can put it in the chest, or you can go into your inventory by pressing I and drag the item into the bottom right where it says ground.
Gotcha. Okay.
There's nothing in that chest to take.
Does anybody have any spare inventory spots?
I have a couple.
Alina has a
flesh
ton.
golem.
So inventory, this to there.
I picked up a whole bunch of axes.
Yeah, I'm throwing
What was
mine
that thing
on
it
the
said?
ground.
What was that thing it said? Horror.
That is a wizard spell. I copied that to my spell book.
Cool. All right, are we ready to move onward?
We're leaving old Bigsby behind.
He's very slowly coming.
You might want to grab these arrows as we pass by them, Caleb.
Where?
You might want to leave open your quick loot thing, and they'll just appear when you get close to them, and then you can just click them, and you'll auto pick them up.
Face me if you dare.
Bad bros.
Your life is forfeit.
To the butcher's work, then.
Cool.
Ooh, we got a magical ring.
What's it do?
Hang on, let me see. Alright, if we rest, I have switched around my scale book so I can identify it.
Yeah, I'm out of healing spells too, so resting's probably a good idea.
It won't let me rest
Bigsby's
right now.
Yeah, Bigsby's walking closer. Hold on.
Hey, Bigsby.
It is a ring of protection +1.
Who's got the lowest armor class?
I'm gonna say Caleb.
What's
It's
your armor
definitely
class, Caleb?
How do I see?
Press
It should be-
inventory, and then on the top right, it appears in the shield.
Yeah.
3.
So Bigsby's is actually worse, but he is full of dead cats and is not able to equip weapons.
And actually, Elena's is only 3. And since she's on the front line, we might want to give it to her.
Yeah, and I handed it to you, Caleb, so you may want to redistribute that.
Mitch is... She's under your control, so you have to equip it.
Agreed.
Got it.
Not just
Bigsby!
Okay, where is that happening?
Over here. If you mouse wheel out, you can zoom out to like the whole map, basically. Ooh, it got cursed.
Rest gets rid of that, doesn't it?
It'll wear off and eventually, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's basically just like a negative bless, I think. So
where
it
we headed,
appears we
guys?
have cleared out the cave. And Oothgharte, did you read that letter that I put in your inventory that was from the leader?
I did not. What... How do I read it?
Right click
Right
it.
click.
Caravan contract. This wrinkled piece of parchment appears to be a written contract of sorts. Balin, deliver these 5 crates of supply to the Emporium of Easthaven. Make sure to get a fair price for that unscrupulous Kalashite weasel, Homab. Use the profit to acquire 3 barrels of uncarved scrimshaw from Gaspar's warehouse there in Easthaven. Return to Caer-Dineval with the 3 barrels, and you shall have your agreed-upon payment. Keep your eyes to the tundra. There have been reports of orcs in the hills outside of Easthaven. It might be wise to use your advance payment to hire on some extra caravan guards. Safe journey, Ilmus Galloway of Caer-Dineval. So why do I need that? Can I pitch it?
Well, we were sent here by Hrothgar to investigate what happened to the caravan, and now we have proof that it was attacked by these guys.
Gotcha.
Those buttheads. Before we head back, though, we should probably take a break. So as always, thank you so very much for watching, and when we come back, we're going to try and see what we need to do to further our adventures. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.